Annihilation. All right, let's talk about the upcoming video game, Tides of Annihilation. Now, this game, as you guys are aware, a lot of people have been excited for this game for a while now, myself included. I'm hoping that it is good. I really am. This is one of those video games that were showcased at the same time that a lot of these Asian-style, action adventures, Souls-like, semi-Souls-like video games were all announced back to back to back. Tides of Annihilation is the one that a lot of people have been excited about. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you guys want to see more content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join me every single day, 9 p.m. over on the main channel, where you can catch me live every single day, 9 p.m. Eastern. I hope to see every single one of you there. Now back to the main video. It says new behind the scenes look at Tides of Annihilation. It looks incredible, inspired by Arthurian legend and set in modern London and mythical Avalon. Play as Gwendolyn, who has the ability to summon and command spectral forms of the Knights of the Round Table. First hands-on offline playtest event will happen this summer, designed to emphasize fast-paced combat and exploration. Wanted the Giant Knight from the first trailer to keep its model incredibly detailed, even while moving fast during combat. Worked closely with Epic to build a hierarchical mounting solution using Unreal Engine's nanite mesh technology. Teamed up with the developers at Eclipse Glow to analyze CPU and GPU heat maps. Working directly with NVIDIA to implement pad tracing and super resolution, fine-tuned seamless transitions for character animations, and created realistic Claude simulation logic and enhanced detailed facial expressions. Let's check this video out, guys. This is a 3-minute trailer. I'm excited, man. Let's go.
Damn,
that was a nice transition from gameplay to interview. Not bad. Well played.
新实际发布后我们的后台收到了很多的留言。除了催更的，大家最关心的还是游戏在技术上的表现。作为单机动作冒险游戏，为了尽可能的让玩家获得更好的体验，最大化湮灭之潮的魅力，我们和各大芯片厂商以及 APEC 展开了深度的合作。 共同的完成了新一轮的技术优化。
They say they entered a deep technical partnership with Epic, so that's not super concerning. Like, I'm okay with them entering a, technical partnership, because if you're utilizing Unreal Engine, obviously you want to go with Epic to get all of, the most you can get out of the engine, so that way you don't fucking be one of these people releasing broken video games on Unreal Engine. However, as long as they don't go past that and start playing around with other nonsense, it's already been confirmed for multiple platforms, but you know what I'm saying, like exclusivity. Like, I don't want their relationship to continue getting further and further is what I'm saying, especially if the game is good, because then Epic's going to be like, hey, part 2 is going to be exclusive. I don't really want to deal with that.
还记得首曝预告片里的巨大骑士吗？视觉效果确实震撼，但也意味着战斗要在运动中展开。 技术上有难点。
What do you guys notice about the developers that are working on this game versus the developers that are working on other games we've looked at? What do you notice? What do you notice? You can say it. Don't be shy. You can say it in the chat. They're not gonna be mad at you. Don't worry. Straight males? Nope. Nope. They show the game? Nope. Yes, exactly. Nerds. They are fucking nerds. I don't care if they're Chinese or whatever. They're nerds. They're nerds. We need nerds back in making video games. That's what we need. I've been saying this for the guys, probably like 3 years now. I've been saying this. We need nerds back in video games, making video games. That's what we need. That's what we need.
所以和 APEC 合作后，我们第一个要解决的就是模型搭建的问题。 我们希望巨大骑士在动起来的同时，身体上依然有足够高的模型精度。于是我们重新制定了一套分层挂载方案，既做了一系列减法， 也做了一系列加法。
Holy shit！
在这一块，U1官方也为我们提供了不少帮助。
为了让这个大家伙能够更好的动起来，我们和日式边缘的伙伴一起分析了 CPU 和 GPU 侧的性能热点，对比了多种技术思路，对动画、逻辑、地图做了精细的控制，减少计算量，有效地提升了这个关卡的平均帧率。我们希望，当巨大骑士出场时，大家享受到的不只是视觉震撼，还能体验到战斗和探索的乐趣。
That guy looks like whoever this guy in red looks like the Storm King. Looks like the Storm King from the Souls games.
为实现多平台的良好游戏体验，我们与英伟达进行了深入的沟通。除了时装超分、光追等技术外，还请对方提供了更详细的性能分析。未来将在驱动层进行联合优化，同时腾讯也提供了技术帮助。此外，在多方协助下
Damn, you got all kinds of people working on this game. You got Epic Games, Tencent, Nvidia. Jesus Christ, everybody's putting money into this game, bro. This shit better be insane. I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks pretty insane for the most part, but obviously it all comes down to how it plays.
我们也优化了角色的无缝演出、动画过渡效果、布料结算的真实感、人物面部表情控制等各类细节。
I'll be real. Damn, she's gorgeous. I'll be real though. You know, I was heavily you guys know I was heavily disappointed by Lost Soul Aside. Like Lost Soul Aside, I felt like was super fucking mid. It was super mid, and you know the gameplay looked sick when you were looking at it in the trailer and whatnot. And then you got your hands on the gameplay and the game overall, and I'm just like, I don't know. It was kind of mid in my opinion. So I was a little let down by that game, especially since there were so many wins before that. So Lost Soul Aside was a little bit disappointing for me. But hopefully Tides of Annihilation is not that same case, you know, because I for me, like Lost Soul Aside, the one thing that I really hated about it, well, the two things that I hated about it was the dragon would not shut the fuck up. Lord Arena would not shut the fuck up. He'd be like, do you feel Lord Arena's power, huh? What do you think about Lord Arena's power, huh? Feel Lord Arena's power. Lord Arena doesn't understand what you're saying. It's so annoying, bro. So annoying. It was like non-fucking stop. And then not only that, the combat had zero weight to it. I mean, zero. I have never played a video game. Well, that's not true. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since I played a video game that had this level of like zero weight to the combat. Where it's like every swing, it didn't matter how big the weapon was. Every single fucking swing had zero impact. I felt like I was hitting with a paper mache weapon. It was terrible. So I know that they ended up patching the impact and try to make it a little bit better. But I played it with the patch. It wasn't that much better. It wasn't that much better. The voice acting, I'm not even going to get into that. That shit was awful too. But, you know, anyway. McDuggan's TTS, Lord Arena TTS, bro, no, stop.
感谢我们合作伙伴的支持，让咱们的游戏优化能更扎实、更有底气。最后，我们有个新的消息要宣布：今年夏天，我们将带来游戏的首次线下试玩，并面向所有玩家开放报名，欢迎大家关注我们。也希望这些
So they have an announcement they're going to be coming out with pretty soon.
技术上的努力，能够让大家玩得更尽兴。
That was pretty sick. Yeah, PS5, PS5 Pro, Epic Games Store, Steam, Xbox. Okay, so it's going to be available everywhere. That's good. Yeah, I mean, again, this looks pretty sick. I'm excited for it. I really hope that it's good because, like I said, I was let down by Lost Soul Aside. And, you know, this game definitely looks, from a visual and combat perspective, a lot better. The little bit of combat that I did see in other trailers did look more impactful. But it all depends on how, you know, you're actually playing it, you know. But I would definitely be reviewing this game without a doubt. You guys know that for sure. Wukong-like tech demo, you think? It's possible. I think they're definitely going to show probably anywhere between maybe 20 to 40 minutes of gameplay. I got to imagine they're probably going to do some sort of showcase where they're, you know, maybe they go through one level or something like that. Like, I think that's what they're going to probably end up doing. So I'm sorry, half the time Chinese sounds like cars racing by. Bro, what? You got near automated vibes? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So we'll see what ends up happening. They might end up doing something at Summer Games Fest. Again, I'm surprised all these companies are dropping these trailers and dropping all this stuff not on the Summer Games Fest. Everybody's dropping their shit on Twitter. These companies don't even give a shit anymore. If they don't care about the Summer Games Fest, they're like, yeah, no, it's fine. We'll just do our own marketing. They don't care, which I think is actually pretty amazing. So, I don't know. We'll see. But as of right now, I don't even know if this game's coming out this year. Is it coming out this year? Did they actually say it was coming out this year? Jason said, I was just thinking of ordering Chinese food. That was me yesterday, bro, because everybody was talking in the Wukong voice, talking about egg rolls, and I'm like, stop. Stop that. Because they can't afford a $100,000 trailer. That's true. That's true. They don't want to be the next High Guard. Well, you know, it's funny. I wonder what the final video game is going to be for the Game Awards this year. I even wonder if Jeff Keighley, like, you got to imagine, Jeff Keighley tends to do humiliation jokes at the Game Awards. I have a feeling that he's probably going to do one about High Guard. He's probably going to do, like, some sort of joke at the end where he'll reference it or he'll say something along the lines about it and kind of make fun of himself over it. I feel like that would be the smart thing to do. He should also apologize to everybody because he said that people will be apologizing to him in 48 hours and then High Guard died. So he should apologize to everybody instead. But we'll see what ends up happening. He brings Muppets to compensate for his failures. Yeah, the Muppets are basically his way of self-felting himself. You know? His name is Kung Fu. I can't. Don't make fun of his name. Kung Fu is a nerd. Okay? He's doing good. He's working on the video. He's doing good. All right? You can either have Kung Fu or you can have they, them. Make your choice. Make your choice. Anyway.